Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, what can you say about a guy like Leakey, a veteran who's a 3-year starter, been in the program for so long, and how he has so openly, wholly accepted his role and takes a lot of pride in the role that he has in this team?
He's been unbelievable. You know, one of the things that I've said before, and I'm going to continue to say, there's nobody in this conference that is a better individual defender than Leaky Black. He should be the defensive player of the year. I mean, he just every game his assignment is to play the best offensive player on the perimeter, and he loves that challenge. He loves that assignment, and he's been fantastic on both ends of the floor. From an offensive standpoint, he doesn't shoot the ball very much, but in terms of assists, he takes care of the basketball. He has the best assist to turnover ratio on the team, and for him, just defensively, it's just fun to watch. Michael DeVoe is one of the better guards in the country. The first time that we played them, he was the leading scorer in the country, and he did a great job defensively. And now the second time that we played him, Michael DeVoe is, the leading scorer in the ACC, and, to hold him to 1 of 5 field goal attempts and 0 assists and 6 turnovers, it's just absolutely unbelievable. And he's an elite defender that not only can defend, he can distribute, he can take care of the basketball, and he's a huge reason for us becoming the team that we want to become. He's having a great year, and I'm very, very proud of Leakey.
Thank you.
DJ Morales.
Hey, Hubert. So, talking about how good a job Leakey did defending and, the overall team defensive effort, how important then is it, to have that kind of effort so you can open up your offense? Because it seemed like, Armando and RJ could relax a little bit on the defensive end, knowing they had guys like Leakey and, a strong defensive team effort there, so they could open themselves up a little bit more on the offensive end.
Well, I don't want anybody to relax on the defensive end. I know Leakey can really get after it defensively, but I want everybody to stay locked in on their assignments, on their men on the defensive end. We don't want to rely solely on Leakey, on his ability to defend his guy and also be in help position as well. And so, I can't say any more about Leakey. He's, at 6'8", athletic, not only he's a versatile defender. So, he can guard a perimeter player. We can play him at the power forward position, and he can play a bigger guy, and he just has tremendous versatility. And so, but I was really proud defensively of our team. Heading into this game, the area that we talked about the most was transition defense. Georgia Tech is great in transition on made and missed baskets. And so we talked about matching up. We talked about how important it was to communicate and talk. And I thought we really did a good job as that as well. The times in the first half, they almost scored half of their points based on off of our turnovers. But when they were going up against our set defense, I thought we did a really good job defensively, all of us, not just Leakey. And I was very, very proud of them on the defensive end.
And then how do you think about going into Tuesday with guys like Cameron McGusty and Isaiah Wong at Miami? What's kind of the game plan for that? Because you got 2 big scorers like that.
I haven't even thought about the game plan for Miami. We just got done with Georgia Tech, and I'm trying to just look at things that we can get better at. And tomorrow or later tonight, and obviously tomorrow will be huge in our preparation to prepare to play against a really, really good, talented Miami team that can score and, from a defensive standpoint, puts you in a lot of tough positions because they have great offensive players and they have great spacing and balance, and they've always been really good using ball screens and creating offense off those ball screens. And so those are things that we're going to have to think about and prepare for the next couple of days when we go play Miami on Tuesday.
Josh Graham.
Coach, given the praise you just had for Leakey, and we heard what you said about Armando yesterday, how bullish are you about the team as a collective, about what they can accomplish this year?
I really do. I feel like where I actually after the game, I was in the locker room and I said, guys, I see it. I said, you guys may not see it or may not see it clearly, but I see it. I said, guys, we're getting better. And we have so much more that we can improve on both ends of the floor. But I like where we are. I like how much we can improve as a team, but I see where we can be. And I think it's starting to resonate with them about especially, defensively and how important it is to defend and allow us to get out in transition, but also just the beauty of sharing the basketball. Against Virginia last week, we had 19 assists, I think on 20, 25, 26 field goals. Tonight, we had 20 assists on 30 field goals. One of the refs came to me, it was the latter part of the second half, and he said, you guys have great spacing and movement. He goes, I've never seen have this spacing, and I've never seen teams move the ball and share the ball like you, and I've refed a number of games this season. I thought that was a huge compliment to the guys, and I'm really, really proud of them on that end.
And Steve just mentioned to us before you walked in that Armando is the first guy to score 29 in consecutive games since Tyler Hansbrough, then before that, Antoine Jameson and some guy named Hubert Davis. So give me a sense for when you saw at practice leading up to Notre Dame in the last two games that he's playing at that type of level.
Well, one of the things for Armando is, he's playing at a higher level, at a higher pace. In terms of Armando, he's so skilled, his ability to score around the basket. He can handle the basketball. He's a really good passer. He's very savvy on both ends of the floor. And because he's so gifted at times, he doesn't go 100% all the time. And I think the major difference this year compared to the other years is that his energy and his effort is 100% every time down the floor. And so, on the offensive end, whether it's a small guy or a big guy on him, he's really outworking that defender to get low post position and catch the ball where he wants to. And as a result, he's catching the ball very close to the basket where he can just put it in. He's going to get fouled, get to the free throw line, or only needs to take one dribble. I think something that's really impressive for him is that his free throw shooting has improved. At the beginning of the year, he was struggling a little bit making free throws. Now he's stepping to the free throw line, and I think tonight he was 9 of 9. And so that's an area that he continues to improve on. And one of the things that Armando and I, we've talked about is he's getting motivated by success. He's seeing him be successful, and instead of taking a deep breath and going, wow, I'm playing pretty good, I'm going to rest on that, it is really like igniting a fire inside of him to be even better out there on the floor. And it's just really exciting to see him play so well, because he's a guy that has worked really hard on his game in the off season, before and after practice. And I'm really proud of him as well.
CL Brown.
Hubert, I was wondering if Anthony Harris will be back this season, or do you anticipate that this is just a one-off with his absence?
Yeah, he was just unavailable tonight. My hope is that he's available in the future, but he wasn't available tonight.
Brendan.
Do you know how
I'm
long?
sorry, CL.
Yeah. Do you know how long you may anticipate that? And in his absence, who has to kind of fill in those minutes, especially since he had kind of become a good defender for you guys?
I don't know how long Anthony will be out. I haven't thought about that. My hope is that he's back the next game on Tuesday against Miami, and he was just unavailable tonight.
Brendan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted a different sort of logistical question, but tonight was Puff's first action, first game action of the year, first game action in almost a full calendar year. Just in terms of his health, when did you sort of get the A-OK that he was good to play tonight? And just seeing him out there tonight, sort of what's your reaction?
I got the A-OK for him to play yesterday at practice. That's when I got it. And so, I just, I was just really happy that he was able to get out there on the floor. Puff is the last year and a half, it's been hard for him. He's been injured and hurt a lot. He's been in and out of the lineup. Putting a string of consistent practices together the last year and a half has been hard for him. And as a result, he hadn't been available to be out there on the floor. And it was really nice when he got into the game, just hearing the ovation for him when he stepped on the floor. I know it's been a long time since he's been out there in the game, and it was really fun to watch him out there. And one of the things that I've told him is that he's a great teammate. Even in this last year and a half where he's been out of the lineup, it hasn't changed his attitude, and it hasn't changed him being a good teammate. He's one of those guys that celebrates the success of others, and he's always has a smile on his face. And I told him I'm just that's just such a huge benefit for us as a team. And I'm so glad that he's healthy enough right now that we can put him out there on the floor, because I think with his length and his skill level out there on the floor at 6'8", I think he can do some things for us. He's a great offensive rebounder. He can shoot the basketball, and he always plays hard, and he does exactly what the coaches ask him to do. And so I was very glad that Puff was able to be out there in the game, and it was good to see him out there on the floor.
And if I can just follow up really quickly, you mentioned you just got the clear for him yesterday. Do you anticipate him being able to progressively handle a larger workload, or I guess what sort of a tangible impact can he make going forward?
Well, we're going to continue, to work with him in practice. And, as I said before, we have great depth on our team. And I told the guys this in the huddle. I think it was like the last 5 minutes of the game, and I told them, I said, these are important minutes. I said, guys, every one of you are going to be in big time games and big time situations, and these are important minutes. And so, and I said that to Puff. I've been a player, and I've been in a situation where you feel like you're out of the rotation, and then a week later you're in a game and it's a tie score and you're out there on the floor. And so, in terms of Puff, he always is out there on the floor preparing to be the best that he can be out there in practice. And so when his number is called, he's going to be ready. And I look forward to having him out there on the floor more, and I'm excited to have him back.
Thank you.
We got time for 3 more, starting with Adam Smith.
Hubert, I was wondering, my ears perked up when you said the ref complimented your spacing. For the older nerds like myself on the call, could you tell us what the ref's name, or at least tell us his hair? Because I can figure it out if you give me the hair type.
No, I can't remember. I was focused, but what he said I thought was really good. It made me feel good because I thought we were sharing the basketball.
All right.
Isaiah?
But
All right, Adam, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Hubert, also changing gears. Leaky mentioned that in terms of Armando and just the incredible gear he's found, that he felt like he gets some good coaching from Sean May and Pat Sullivan, maybe some tough love there with those guys. Like, is that something you see out of their relationship? Are they kind of hard on him, or how do you see them urging him on?
Well, they coach him. It's a huge benefit to have Sean May on staff. Guy that was an All-American here, was the MVP of the Final Four in 2005, won a national championship, played in the NBA. So to every day at practice, listen and learn from somebody that has done it, that has been there before, that has done it at a high level for a number of years at the highest level, that's a huge benefit. One of the things that I love about the assistant coaches is, you have, the success of, Coach Sean May, but then you go to, Jeff Lebo, who played in the NBA and was a head coach a number of different places. And then you go to, Coach Pat Sullivan, who's been an assistant coach in the NBA 18 years. And then you go to Jackie Manuel and look at the experience. He was on the 2005 championship team. And then you go to Brad Frederick and then look at the experience that he's had at Vanderbilt and here. And he played here at Carolina. So there's a lot to pull from in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience about playing here and what it means to put on that uniform and play on that floor. And I think Armando and all the bigs have really taken advantage of what Sean May can bring to the table. He's a great coach, and he's doing a terrific job with the bigs.
Thank you.
Last two, no follow-ups, please. Isaiah and then Gregory. Thank you.
Hey, Coach, how was RJ this week? Was there anything during preparation that may have led to you thinking he could have had a game like he had tonight?
No, I just, after the game against Virginia, I texted him after the game, and I told him how proud I was of him. I think in that game he was like 0 for 10, but I thought he played great. I thought his defense was fantastic. I thought he took care of the basketball. He got us in the sets. He made the right play. I told him he was great, and then he texted me back, and he goes, I'll hit the shots next time. I said, I thought you played great. I said, it's not about shots. And so I know shooting 0 for 10 against Virginia, it was a week. I know he wanted to come out and wanted to shoot the ball better. So he was, 8 of 11 at 21 points. He had another really good game today, but I thought he played great, and he was 0 for 10 against Virginia. And so, but I know from an offensive standpoint, he's a guy that can really shoot the basketball, and he wanted to shoot the ball better this game.
Go ahead, Isaiah. Last one.
Hubert, you mentioned earlier this week about how Sean May likes to talk about packing your game and whatnot, but you were saying how you shouldn't have to pack it, right? It should already be there. Armando mentioned that it's great that they've been able to do these last two performances in the Smith Center in front of your own fans, but it doesn't mean anything if they can't do it and bring their own energy on Tuesday. What do they need to do to take what they've done against Virginia and Georgia Tech and do it against one of the better teams in the ACC Tuesday night against Miami?
Well, just continue to do the things that have put us in a position where we are right now. I'm really big on preparation and process. So in the next 2 days in our preparation for Miami, our process has to be great. Our energy and our effort and our toughness has to be great in our preparation and in our practice. And I always believe if the preparation and the practice is really good, that leads to good play. I really believe that's, over the last couple games, our preparation, our practice before Virginia, and the same thing for Georgia Tech has been really good. And so the next 2 days, our preparation, our practice for Miami has to be really good, and it has to be with high energy. And when you do that, that puts you in a position to play the best that you can play. But we've played a number of games on the road. We're used to playing on the road, and we're really excited about the challenge of playing a really good Miami team on their home floor.
And then was there a reason Sean May was not on the bench tonight?
No, he just was unavailable tonight, and but he's texted us 50,000 times, and I love having him on staff.
Thank you, everybody.